Good evening, everybody. This is Sharon Fant, and I am a registered nurse and a diabetic health coach. And I am here to share with you some, I think, important information about diabetes and prediabetes. But before I do, if you're listening to me here live, if you will, hit the share button and hit the like button and let people know that I'm on. And maybe if they're listening to the replay here, then you would also hit the share buttons to let people on your timeline know the information that I'm going to share with you, especially if you think that you learned something today or it was something that you want to share with someone that you know. Okay, so most of the time people who listen to me, they're listening to me because they are a diabetic, they're a pre-diabetic, or they have someone in their family or a friend who is a diabetic. And so my goal is to share information that hopefully would help someone on their journey to recovering from diabetes. Okay, so today we're going to talk about walking and exercising and things like that. Yesterday, I did a video on exercising. I actually walked 3 miles at the Memorial Park here in Houston, Texas. And so today, I thought I'd just kind of continue that stream of thought related to walking. And so today, I'm going to talk about taking 10,000 steps a day. 10,000 steps a day. Like, who does that? Do we count how many steps we make per day? Probably not, because I know I don't. Historically, I have not counted my steps. But we definitely want to talk about taking 10,000 steps a day. Okay, so how many steps a day do you take? Can you count them? Do you have a way of doing it? Is that something you normally already do? Many people that I've talked to say that they really don't count their steps. They didn't even think about counting their steps. But today we want to talk about how scientific studies actually show that walking 6,000 to 10,000 steps a day provides the ideal health benefits. So there are a lot of health benefits to walking 6,000 to 10,000 steps per day. So now this is equivalent to walking about 4 miles. If you walk 6,000, particularly if you're walking 10,000 steps per day, that's about 4 miles or 1 hour of walking. Now, you can probably work to that because most people probably wouldn't go and walk 1 hour. Some people don't have the time or the ability, but you can probably work up to that distance faster than you think. So now, if that sounds like a lot, if 10,000 steps sounds like a lot of steps, you may be surprised to learn that even the average sedentary couch potato already takes 3,000 or more steps just getting through the normal day. So it's not hard to do. So doubling up or tripling the steps that you make or the amount of steps that you take, that's not really a big deal for some people. Okay, so you want to remember these steps that you're going to be taking can accumulate throughout the day. While you're doing chores around the house, while you're doing things around your office, and it's not just that you've got to take a long dedicated walk to get these 10,000 steps in, but you can do it little by little with different things that you do throughout the day. Now you may ask, the question is, well, how am I going to count my steps? So how do you do that? So there are many, many ways that you can count your steps. There are electronic bands that you can wear. They cost quite a bit of money, but really sophisticated technology that you can use to count your steps. And there's a lot of people who have those type of devices. However, a simple way of doing it is to get what's called a pedometer. It's Pedometer. So a pedometer. That is what you want to get. And you can get those, at department stores like Walmart or somewhere like that. You can get it from CVS or Walgreens or places like that. You can also probably get them at some grocery stores. You also may be able to get them online. So you can just do a search online and then put in pedometer, and then you can pull up. You can probably get some pretty good deals on a pedometer, online. All right, so they're not hard to get. So these are useful to use because they keep count of your steps during the day, and it displays your steps, the total that you've done. It kind of accumulates your total and shows it on a display on the screen. Okay, there's all different kinds. Some cost more than others. I remember one time I actually got a pedometer free I think it was at a McDonald's years ago. They had some kind of promotion going and they actually gave it free. So I'm sure there's probably some places out there that actually gives away free pedometer. It's probably not the sophisticated high-tech kind, but it actually will still do the job of keeping up the steps that you take and giving you your total. You can just kind of look real quick and see where your total is. So now this comes in handy because it gives you a goal to shoot for. So your goal is going to be 6,000 to 10,000 steps per day. So if this is your first time, ever counting steps or even doing any exercise like walking, you want to take it slow and start out with the 6,000 and then build up to 10,000 steps per day. Okay. All right. Now, so you have this goal. It's 6,000 to 10,000 that you got that goal set. So now your pedometer will show you your progress. Anytime you look at it, it'll show you your progress. And you definitely want to check your progress throughout the day so that, as you go along, if you are short of your 10,000 step goal, then that when you find out maybe it's at noon time or something like that, it's almost, time for you to take your lunch. Well, there's some more time for you to take some more steps. And if you haven't gotten all your 10,000 steps in, or if your goal is 6,000, you haven't gotten all your steps in by the end of the day, then you definitely, when you get home, now you can take another walk in the neighborhood to get your steps in. Okay, so now let me tell you some of the benefits of walking the 10,000 steps. So by walking 10,000 steps a day, you will easily lose 10% of your body weight. Okay, so it's going to help you lose weight just by counting your steps. And so this is going to also bring you good control of your glucose metabolism. So it's going to help with your weight. It's going to help for those people who are diabetic, pre-diabetic. It's going to help you with your glucose metabolism. All right. Now, if you are pre-diabetic, 10,000 steps a day will significantly reduce your risk of actually getting a full-blown diagnosis of diabetes. So that is another benefit for walking 10,000 steps. So this is what you want to do. You want to go out. If you don't already have a pedometer, or if you got one at home, you want to dust it off, get the dust off of it and bring it out and start using it. Because once you start using your pedometer, once you set your goal for 6,000 to 10,000 steps per day, you're going to see these significant health benefits take place in your life, and it's going to improve just improve everything about your health. Okay. So if you don't have one, again, go out to some of those stores I mentioned earlier, go online and order your pedometer and get out there and get started counting your steps, going from 6,000 steps a day to 10,000 steps a day, and come back and report to me, how things are going with that, because I really know that it definitely will make a difference. Okay. So if you have any comments or any questions, put them in the comment section below. If you have any concerns that maybe you want to talk to me about personally, you can contact me at sharonfant01@gmail.com. That's my email address. sharonfant01@gmail.com, or you can go to my website at sharonfant.com. So that is it for today. Just want to share with you about taking 10,000 steps a day and how good it would be for you to do that. It will be good for your health. It'll be good for your mind, your spirit, everything. It actually will help you holistically, with all areas of your life. Okay, so that's it. I want to thank everybody for watching. Again, for some reason, I cannot see who's down there. I can't see your name. So definitely want to thank you. I appreciate everyone who tunes in. Thank you for listening to the replay. I appreciate you so, so much. So thank you for tuning in. If you have any questions about diabetes, pre-diabetes, please don't hesitate to get in touch with me. We will talk to you soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.